Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt rested? I don't mean the kind of rest where you collapse into bed after scrolling on your phone at 2 a.m. or the so-called day off, where your brain is still working overtime, planning, worrying, checking emails. I mean the kind of rest that fills your soul, the kind of rest that leaves you feeling alive again. If you're struggling to answer that question, you're not alone. We live in a world that glorifies hustle and worships busyness. Rest has become almost suspicious. If you're not grinding 24/7, people ask, "Don't you want success? Don't you care about your future?" But here's the truth nobody talks about. This endless grind is killing us. Burnout isn't just a buzzword, it's an epidemic. And the cure isn't another productivity hack. It's something deeper, something countercultural, something ancient. It's called intentional rest. The significance of purposeful breaks in achieving personal and spiritual growth cannot be overemphasized. Intentional rest can be a powerful tool in navigating life's challenges and fostering resilience. And today, I want to show you why learning to rest on purpose may be the most powerful decision you'll ever make.